hombres, and welcome to the Beginner's Guide to the Omniverse. Now, chances are, you're really confused on what all is going on in the lore series and what it all means. Well, if so, then this is the video for you. So, let's hop right in. First category being the Omniverse itself. Now, don't mistake the Omniverse for a place, because it's not. It's a collection of places. The Omniverse is just a term for the infinite number of dimensions. Another strange thing about the Omniverse is that there's the positive dimensions, which we all know and love and hate, and then there's the negative dimensions. Now, the negative dimensions nobody's ever been to, nobody ever can go to the negative dimensions. Next category is dimensions. Now, there's multiple different dimensions, multiple meaning infinite, so let's just go over the ones that that play a major role. So we got the Earth dimension, the worst one. It's the most primitive dimension, and yeah, people on it, humans, don't know about the rest of the Omniverse. The people of the Earth dimension thought it would be a great idea to keep it a secret, just because they wanted to keep power. Anybody that does end up finding out about the rest of the Omniverse is instantly killed. Examples of that being JFK. He's not that he found out, he was going to tell other people. You see, the world leaders, like all the presidents, queens, kings, emperors, dictators, all those people, they all know about the Omniverse. But, they're keeping it secret. JFK said, you know what? They deserve to know. So he was going to tell them all. So they were like, hey, we can't let him tell them. So they shot him. Martin Luther King, why else do you think he was staring up into the night sky when he got shot? Because he was like, hey, there's other things out there. He had found out, but he's dead now. Abraham Lincoln, same thing. At that theater, he was like, at the end of the show, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to tell everybody, hey guys, there's a whole Omniverse out there. Boom! Shot in the back of the head. Of course, the Earth dimension is the home of Ethos. And we'll explain how he knows about the rest of the Omniverse a long time from now. A New Ally Part 2 explained it a little bit, but of course in the future we're going to go more in depth. Realm 6, the Dimension Realm, later renamed the Highway Realm. Realm 6 is just a nice, massive stretch of a highway, if you couldn't guess. It's unknown why it used to be called the Dimension Realm. That's where Black Guy was with Jerry when he was first introduced. Realm 22, the Dank Realm, is where Micah C and Black Guy were arrested and held captive by the Meme Police. Now, that was only a temporary containment room. It was not permanent. They were keeping them there, and they were going to take them somewhere else, much more secure. But they waited a little bit too long, and Micah C and Black Guy got out. Dwarven mining fields, where Yosemite was introduced. More on that much later. Next up, organizations. Now, there's multiple different organizations. By organizations, I mean stuff like OUR, the Organization of United Realms. Now, of course, OUR is the bad guys, but not all organizations are bad. So OUR, the big old bad guys, they're kind of like, they're just think of it like the Empire in Star Wars, except worse. OUR wants to control everything, and by everything I mean each and every dimension. All infinite dimension. Right now, they have control. They're in the lead, by the way, of all the organizations, how many dimensions there are being controlled. OUR's in the lead with 6,584 dimensions. OUR owns a fourth of the current known dimensions. Now that's a lot. There's like about 20,000 known dimensions. Oh wow, I'm bleeding pretty bad. Well, that's actually really bad. Isn't that fun? Now, the runner-up for number of dimensions sold is Cord. They own 3,937. Now, the way OUR takes dimensions from Cord is either by straight up invading or buying. They've gotten like 400 different dimensions from them because they stole or bought. And Cord's not evil. They're literally just trying to get some money. OUR is flat out killing people, bribing, breaking their own laws, everything like that. And since OUR is the runner-up, they get to set an interdimensional laws. So everybody's got their local laws, and then everybody's got their interdimensional laws. Now the local laws are made by local governments, including the organization that owns that dimension. Interdimensional laws are made by ours since they own the most. So then they have to meet somewhere in the middle and be like, okay, let's do this. No dimensional hopping, which means you can't go to a dimension without bringing it up with our and letting them know, hey, I'm going here. Which is stupid, which is why everybody does it. I mean, that's just a stupid law. Our doesn't enforce it that much, but they use it as an excuse for a lot of stuff. Like Black Guy. He's under arrest for dimensional hopping, but he's not. Like, come on, guys. You guys don't enforce it, but when somebody does it, it just doesn't make any sense, guys. They meet so many people that dimension hop, and they don't do anything. But then when it comes to me and Black Guy and Ethos and Jerry, they gotta kill Jerry. They gotta arrest me and Black Guy, and they gotta get in a firefight with me and Ethos. It just, come on. So, after organizations. Main and side characters. So, main characters. You know, this should be pretty simple. Now you see, that's your beloved old me. My home dimension is unknown. I mean it's known, but I'm not going to tell you because that's spoilers. My motives for fighting Hour are also unknown. I mean, they're known, but I'm not going to tell you because that's also spoilers. Now, Black Guy's home dimension is quite clearly the color dimension. I mean, come on. That's where color people come from. That's where the well-known fugitive from a really long time ago, Pink Guy, came from. Black Guy. There's Orange Guy. There's Blue Boy. There's all those types. All those people come from there. They're not really people, though. Because people are dumb. They're not people. Ethos. Ethos was fighting in World War II in the Earth dimension. As we know, he got his dimensional transporter from Hitler, because we found that out from whatever you call it, A New Ally Part 1. Ethos' motive is to help out the good people, which is why he was fighting the Nazis in World War II. Now, I know what you're thinking. If he was friends with Hitler, and Hitler gave him a dimensional transporter, why is he fighting the Nazis? It's simple, and it'll be explained in the future, okay? Okay. Now, your semi is a dwarf from the Dwarven mining fields, who stole a dimensional transporter and flat out escaped after he found out that his government is corrupt. He thought it was a neo-Nazi dictatorship, but it was actually a democracy, and he did not like that, so he just skedaddled. Now, his motives are avenging his family, which he did, and that will be explained in the next lore episode. Now, Dank David is from a dimension that imploded, and his backstory will all be explained one day, and it'll make you all really sad. His motives are ruining everybody's day. He appears whenever you don't want him to, and then he just ruins everything. If you know who he is, and you don't want him to show up, he shows up. Then he ruins everything. He just can't help it, and he has the power to alter reality. The more excited he is, the more frequent the reality alters. The less excited he is, the less frequent reality alters. He doesn't know how to control it, because he can't control it. Now the side characters. Jerry the Bike. Jerry was a sentient bike who was best friends with Black Guy, who was of course killed by Doge Meme, and Ethos witnessed Memes taking his body and transporting it to who knows where. Now the meme police came when Hour saw that people in the Earth dimension were creating memes, and they realized that that's the only thing they've ever done useful. They created something with so much cosmic power that they figured, hey, we should clone those things and make them living weapons. That's what they did. That's where the meme police come from. Doge Meme, first off. He's the most powerful meme in the meme task force. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys at home are like, yo, dog, why is Doge Meme gray? Doge Meme's not supposed to be gray. Well, guys, he's the most powerful meme in the meme task force. He has not died, which means he's continuously aging. He hasn't died. So if you see a meme that looks brand new, he's died recently. Okay? Doge Meme has not died. That's why he's gray, old, and stale. Now, when he does die, he'll, of course, go back to his natural glow. And he'll be brown. Okay? Next is Dapoy, the leader of the meme task force. Now, Horsehead Meme has a little bit of vendetta with somebody, and we aren't going to get into that quite yet. So, another side character, Smokes. Now, we never actually said his name, but Smokes is the boy that we met in Realm 222. The boy talking about Queen Chitana. That was Smokes. It's probably going to be a pain to edit. Next category is VIP. Ricardo Sanchez, the current leader of Our. Now, Ricardo is an ex-member of the Mexican Armada, which we'll get into later. Not in this video, but in a lore episode, you guys will learn about Ricardo Sanchez. Now, the next and final category is items. Now, there's 3 different items that you guys currently need to know about. First off, being the Dimensional Transporter. Now, everybody knows the good old Dimensional Transporter. You know, it's what Yosemite stole and used to escape. That's what Ethos has sewed into his wrist from Hitler. It's just what lets you get around the Omniverse. Dimensional Transporter works is that now the way a Dimensional Transporter works is you just put in the dimension you want and it'll put you in that dimension. Dimensional Transporters need to cool down after being sent to dimension, which is why if you go to a hostile dimension, you can't use it immediately to get out of there. It's gotta cool down. Now, Dimensional Transporters run off of Dimensional Beads, and Dimensional Beads now must be replaced after they're completely run out. Oh my god. And they're just beads that come from something called the Omnic Stone. And an Omnic Stone is something that was on this big thing in between, it was a big old rock in between dimensions in the center of the Omniverse. It seems that they just kept on popping up, so it was kind of a nice place to get dimensional beads to, you know, go places. Now, a really long time ago, a mining accident occurred, and that place in between dimensions kind of imploded. That caused Omnic Stones to fly all over the entire Omniverse. So there's literally Omnic Stones in every dimension. You can find them in the Earth dimension. Of course, they still haven't because they're stupid, but, you know, they're there. Now, Omnic Stones seem to reproduce, which is why when they land in the new dimension, more pop up. It's strange, I know, because they're rocks, but I don't know. So yeah, that's where dimensional beads come from. Now, hopefully, that cleared up everything for you, because if not, then put it down in the comments and I'll try to explain it to you. That's the beginner's guide to the Omniverse, and I'm a beginner to a beginner's guide, so this is probably going to be garbage.